Welcome to our Networking at Noon. Today we're joined by Andrew Gordon. We're super excited to have you here with us today, Andrew.
Well, hello. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're glad to talk a little bit about networking. So I thought I'd start off and say, who are you? So what is it that you do? What's your profession? Tell us about your company.
Me llamo Andrew Gordon. I own Reliable Claims Adjusting. And what I do, most people don't know about it unless they've been told about it. I'm a licensed 320 public adjuster licensed through the state of Florida. I've been licensed in 7 different states and currently Florida and Georgia. But yeah, so as a public adjuster, I do the same thing that you might imagine an insurance adjuster does. Most people have gotten into a car accident. Unfortunately, an insurance adjuster has come to investigate and determine if there's coverage and then determine if there's a cost to fix it. So I do that, but I do that for homes or businesses. And I only do that for policyholders, not the insurance company. So usually my phone call is, hey, we've got this damage and we want to know if it's a claim. Or sometimes people file the claim on their own and say, hey, we've got this denial letter, or hey, we've got this check for $2,000 and my GC says it's going to be 50,000. So we help people get what they're supposed to get.
Yeah, I had never heard of a public adjuster before I entered the networking world. I mean, you just think, oh, the insurance is going to give you fair what you deserve. How often do you find that a public adjuster is needed if you've got damage to your house?
It's so cute to think you're going to get what you're supposed to get. I find a lot of people share your same rationale that you pay on a policy and it's a contract. Hey, they're supposed to hold up their end of the bargain. And if it was like a 2-page contract, maybe, but it's like a 70-page contract. So there's all these conditions and exclusions and exceptions. And, but to answer your question, it's a culture. And some insurance companies, we're not needed. Amica, Chubb, I've probably had 5 claims in 10 years with these 2 companies because their whole culture, and hopefully it stays that way, is let's not be sued. Let's just pay these fairly. But there's other companies that it's a business to them. And so I would say upwards of over 80% are public adjusters needed. I mean, I could tell you in our own specific company, and there's a total of 13 of us, including office, that we say yes to around 75% of the amount of inspections we go off on. We offer services. And that means 25% either there's no claim there or what the carrier said is accurate or close to accurate. So 3 out of 4 times we do offer people our services.
Gotcha. Now, what kind of things might happen? What are things that could have happened to warrant me putting in a claim? What are some of those?
Most common things are the plumbing in the bathroom. Something happened and broke, and now the bathroom flooded and the master bedroom flooded. Or the dishwasher water supply line broke suddenly. The refrigerator water line broke suddenly and it flooded the kitchen, or there's damage in the cabinets. We handle every sort of home claim or business claim. So we've had business interruption stuff where your business is shut down for 2 weeks because of something and then you need to get paid. And then on the home side, all sorts of tropical storms, hurricanes, tornadoes, hail, any sort of natural occurrence, we handle a lot of.
Gotcha. Now, what if I accidentally flood my bathroom?
Yeah. I had a claim once that I didn't really know if it was going to get approved or not, because this very sweet woman was filling up her sink in her laundry room, had a sink in the laundry room, and was filling it up to do some stuff. And then just forgot about it, left the room, left the house. When she got back, the house was flooded.
Oh, no.
Her insurance company covered it.
Wow.
Because your insurance covers accidents. And the carrier believed that it was an accident, believed that she forgot that she was filling it up. Negligence, not covered, right? Intentional, not covered. but accidents are covered.
So if I burn my house down because I want a new house, not covered. But if I burn my house down because I accidentally went in the kitchen and tried to cook, that would be covered.
Yeah, that'd be covered. We did an inspection last week for clients that had roof damages. Some water was getting in one of the rooms, so we offered services on that and they accepted. But while we're doing the inspection, we see in the kitchen there is fire marks, smoke marks all in the ceiling. And that was a year and a half ago. And they had an issue, and the carrier sent them this under deductible denial. So I'm like, please let me help you get your new kitchen. Because they got doors are missing from the cabinets. They've been like that for a year and a half. And I'm like, I was so excited that we could help them with that. We weren't planning on helping them, but I'm just so excited that they've hired us, and God, it's going to be good to get them a new kitchen. I know what it's like to not have your home in order. So one thing I really love about what I do is it helps people get back to a regular life, or at least back on a path toward their regular life.
So let's say I had something, I have a claim. How do I reach out and get in touch with you to, work on seeing if it's something that you can help me with?
This is where big numbers are going to be flashing across the screen. No, unfortunately, no. But if I knew some, call me
live. It's out there now. No fun technical stuff.
Right. Call me at 813-786-5771, or you could look us up online to find our number. Our website is reliableclaimsadjusting.com. And they've got our 800 number on that. You can email me at AG, my initials AG, at rcadjusting.com.
Gotcha. And what area do you cover? Because I know you mentioned you're licensed in a couple states, because it's not like if I'm in California, I can call you to have you come out.
What's cool is that all states, they offer something a little bit different in terms of language for what's allowed. Not all states allow public adjusters. And California is a state that does, but I have signed up for a non-resident license in states just to work on one claim.
Okay.
If it's helpful. So I would say if you have damage anywhere in the country, we can still be of some sort of help. I don't mind talking and giving advice and doing consultations at no cost and trying to hold people's hands. But yeah, I mean, really what we're focused on is I'm in St. Petersburg. We're focused on Pinellas. We have 7 guys on our team that are in Pinellas and Hillsborough. And then we have 2 focused in Naples and 1 in Sarasota area. So we focus on the West Coast from Naples to Newport Richey. But we will handle anything in the state of Florida and then anything in the country on a case-by-case basis.
Gotcha. All right. So what kind of drives you? What's inspired you to?
I have a Tesla. It's a Model S.
Drives you. What kind of Tesla do you have?
It's a silver Model S.
Okay. Yeah. I don't even know what kind of Teslas there are.
The sedan. That's all. It's the bigger sedan.
But they don't have a 2-seater, do they?
They don't. They have a smaller sedan. They have an SUV.
And now they have a crossover. Like, hey, you want a Tesla? And I'm like, they're all 4-door, right? They're like, yeah. I'm like, no, I'm like a 2-door kind of gal.
Someone call Elon and tell him we need a 2-door.
I'm not putting the kids in the back seat. And you got kids that you're putting in the back seat, don't you?
Got 2 angels that go into the back seat. Yep. So the 4-door comes in very handy.
Do they always act like angels?
No, that's how you know they're angels. Because if you didn't know the other side of things, then it's always just this one thing. In fact, I help coach. I'm a co-coach on the 4-year-old Piper's soccer team. They're named the Angels. And our joke is they did not need her when they named the team. She's the best, but it's an angel devil thing. They partly drive me. I mean, I want my kids to have the best. So part of that is a private school, and that's like really expensive. So part of me is the tuition bills that I get that continues to drive me. But like really being serious, this is what I would say is my absolute calling. If there was ever a calling, when I grew up, I had bullies in my life to deal with, and I get a chance to stand up for the bullies in my client's life. And it feels so good. Like the people get mistreated, and it feels so good to do this. I feel like this is what I was meant to do. I think I have a good way of advocating for them and negotiating on their behalf. That's what I focus on. And I've been building our team to do the same. So we get very positive reviews, keeps us on the right path, know that we're going in the right direction. Our biggest complaints are like when maybe if I get a phone call and I have our office return it, the biggest complaint is ever, hey, Andrew, left your message. Well, the office returned your call. Yes, they did. They did. Thank you. That's why they're there. When I can't return your call, we want to talk to you. I know you do. I'm gonna call you back whenever I can. It's very sweet. It's very sweet.
Well, I mean, it's an interesting thing because I know when I first met you, you were a solopreneur. It was you,
just
and
me.
you've got 13 people on the team now. That's a huge difference. And how many people are you able to help now versus then? Because when it was just you, there's probably only a handful of cases that you can help. Versus, do you have any idea how many people you were able to help last year? I know I'm asking random questions.
No, I have those numbers actually. Yeah.
Okay.
And when it was just me, I mean, I definitely worked extremely hard, and I would have kind of a pipeline of around 40 to 50 clients going. And then past that's like, you really need help to make sure that they don't suffer in customer service. But last year, we were able to close almost 200 claims because of our team. And we were able to collect over $5 million for clients last year. Not for us, for clients, which I mean, for me, when I was an adjuster, the goal was let me get to $1 million per year, help people out. That'll be fantastic. And now we did 5. And we're doubling that for this year. For 2021, our goal is 10. Awesome. And I'm really excited to 10, 20 years down the future, one of these days, we're going to make that 100 million as a goal. And we're going to hit it one day. So that's what's really exciting too, is that the company kind of shares in this vision of let's continue to grow and continue to add to that number.
I think it's awesome. We pay for insurance pretty much all of our lives. It's nice when we're able to get back what we should for the disaster or whatever catastrophe happened to us.
Can I tell you, I don't know if it's definitely there's stigmas out there about, hey, we're not going to mess with our insurance company. If they disagree, what's going to happen? A black book, a black ball. But yeah, there's a lot of myths out there. And one of these things with insurance companies is just that you do expect them to pay you when they're supposed to. And they have cultural shifts. They do. Like a USAA used to be absolutely amazing. Never worked with them at every time. Every time I'd go out on one of the inspections, I'd look at their estimates like, no, this is good. They added this and they put that in, and that's great. And I'd say, no, I can't help you. And they had an ownership change like 4, 5, 6 years ago. And I started noticing this when, oh man, this doesn't look right now. And then, they're doing that on that one. And it's just a cultural shift. So companies like ours, it's kind of levels the playing field on that situation, because clients don't know what to do. They just, we refer to attorneys when everything that we try doesn't work out. And you have to hold the carrier accountable in the courtroom. Yeah, but beyond that, we help with knowing the process. I've been through this about 10,000 times now.
Wow.
So it's helpful to know how to handle and maneuver and navigate.
Gotcha. Cool. Well, thanks for sharing. Now we're here at Networking at Noon. So let me ask, do you grow your business by networking and referral marketing?
I do. I was having a conversation this morning with a prospective adjuster, and I was explaining that out of the 11 adjusters, all 11 are in a marketing referral network group. 10 of them are in BNI, and I put all of my team in BNI chapters. I pay for their memberships, and then they put all of their time in. And they love it. They find it fun and active, and we find that it's 40 to 50% of our business. So that's the other 50-ish. It comes from other sites, but 40 to 50% of our business comes from the referral network groups that we're in.
Awesome. Now, speaking of being in, you're also one of our Referrals for Life community members, and you've been a community member for quite a while, actually. What do you love about the Referrals for Life community, and what's it created for you in your life?
Well, I love the members that are in it, because a lot of things that we learn through networking, through BNI, through Asentiv, we don't know what we don't know. And there are so many members in the community that are so intelligent and so successful. And so it's kind of like, with BNI, with Ivan Meisner, he gave a presentation on all the do's and don'ts for networking. And I remember he gave this presentation like, hey, I came up with these because I did these don'ts. So don't mess up again. I'm like, these are the smart people. And so what I really love is it gives me an opportunity to connect with the other members and ask questions of them and get advice, because I'm a good adjuster and I'm focused on that all day, right? So networking was something I had to figure out. And I love that there's so many successful and intelligent people to get advice from and things like that.
And what's the community? What has Asentiv been able to create
Oh,
for
yeah.
in your business and your life? Because I know things have changed a bit since we first met.
Yeah, I mean, I would put Asentiv and BNI in the same category for me in terms of knowledge and how-tos. I mean, all of the training that I get, all of the mastermind information that I get, I translate that, with copyright infringement laws in hand. I translate that with, hey guys, try this, try that, right? And we've done some group stuff through Asentiv. You've trained my team, and we'll continue to do things like that. But what it has gotten me was a team that's engaged, a company where our culture is as I want it, and we share in the core values of community and honesty and integrity, and we've agreed on those as a company. And those are things I took back. Like when I had to let somebody go, I got some really great advice from someone on the team. It went great. When I'm hiring, I get good advice, just all the way around. So I gained this knowledge that I wouldn't have had otherwise. It's kind of these incremental things. You either going incrementally up or incrementally down, right? And so it's helping me go incrementally up, I think.
And I think a growth from 1 to 13 employees is amazing. And that's not the end of your vision, is it? You've got more in mind, don't you?
Well, we've already offered Larry Weaver position 14. He's accepted, so that's in the books. And then next week, Keaton and Nicole are coming in, so that may be 15 and 16. And I was hoping we're going to get to 18 to 20 this year. I'm sorry, 16 to 18 this year. I don't think we're all ready to be there. So I want to grow by about 5 every year and have everybody on incremental teams. Like we all work together, which is one thing our clients really like. If you get me as an adjuster, it doesn't mean that Lee can't help out and vice versa. And we do. So we try to help each other focus on what we're good at.
Cool. And so it sounds like the amazing business part you got down, because that's our goal in Asentiv, is amazing business and spectacular life. Anything personally that's happened for you by being involved with Asentiv?
Well, yeah, definitely. Part of what we, in the beginning of what we were working on, one of the things you check off all this, hey, I want to do this, or I don't want to do this. And so one of the things is I've been able to work in my flame and not my wax. And the things that I really enjoy doing, I put those on my schedule, and that affects my personal life because I don't work past a certain time, and I never schedule appointments on the weekend. Now I make sure to leave Friday nights open because that's when I coach from 5 p.m. and on with Piper. So yeah, and besides the Tesla is very nice. It was my dream car, so I get to drive around in my dream car. That's beautiful. I just hit 100,000 miles. And then, I mean, too, like being able to have that tuition check clear every month also helps my personal life. And, because I really love my 2 daughters. They're not why I do what I do. It's obviously for reasons, but they are who I want to spend most of my time with. And having my company where it's at and our company where it's at has given me extra time. I'm not up late working on anything other than the coaching, right? So things like that.
Did you know anything about soccer before?
I still don't. What do you mean before? Here's the rules. The rules are have fun, don't keep score, So I'm there.
I guess at 4.
At 4, it's 3 and 4. So you should see some of these looks I get. It's like, I'm not going to mention names now, but like, XYZ, we're going that way. And it's like, stared at sometimes. They're young. It's fun though. Like they're just trying to figure stuff out. So no, I don't. I played soccer when I was 10 or 11, and I couldn't run fast, so they put me at goalie, and then that was it. Just 1 year. But she's had fun, you know.
So you mentioned your 4-year-old daughter Piper. I don't want to leave your other daughter out.
So Amelia this weekend went to convention, and they gave her a scholarship saying, hey, you've done so good this convention. Next year you can come back for free. So she was so proud of herself. And
was
obviously
that convention for dance?
Yeah, it's like, hey, we're doing training for dancing and learning new moves and this, that, and the other. And so they pick out a few kids out of, I don't know, a couple hundred that say, you've done so good here. We want you to come back for free next year. So it was a really big deal. She does competitive dance with A&G Dance Academy. And like talking about culture, really love the Dance Academy. Their whole culture of family and helping each other and community is really awesome. And have her in there for one of the reasons because of that. But yeah, Amelia is a competitive dancer. She's way better than I am.
Did you tell us how old she is?
She's 8 years old. She's 8. Like she's performing on stage now. And it's a big difference between 4 and 5. And then you go to 6 and then 8. It's like, wow, she's actually looks like a dance now, professional. Not that it didn't last year's, but 4 and 5 is different. They're just trying to get out there and do their tutus and stuff. But she's like really performing, and it's cool in front of people too on a stage. So she's building up her confidence.
Wow, that's awesome. She'll be, knocking them dead by the time she's 10 or 11, huh? It's gonna be like, oh, she
keeps at it. Yeah.
So Andrew, one last question that I have for you. What is your favorite brew?
About 2 years ago, I had a food sensitivity test. And guess what I'm sensitive to? Can you believe that? What if what if your husband turns out to be sensitive to beer? How's that going to affect things? When I did drink beer.
Those food sensitivities do change.
They probably do, right? They must change. But right now I'm only 1 out of 4 with wheat.
Ugh.
So my favorite beer when I do drink beer is Goldschloss. Is that how you pronounce it? Goldschloss. Gosh.
Sounds good. Yeah, I think that sounds better. Yeah. Gosh.
That's what it is. Grosh. That's my favorite beer.
The doctor doesn't like you drinking that, does he?
She does not. She doesn't. I'm not reporting to her on a weekly basis. I don't have it that often. But I will say, get a food sensitivity test because it's kind of weird and amazing what you are sensitive to. And staying away from that stuff can really help things.
Yeah. I had a wheat sensitivity years ago, mainly because I just ate so much pasta and white refined. Yeah. But I kind of eventually got over it by cutting a lot of that stuff out, much more meats and vegetables and fruits. And it was able to get rid of that sensitivity, which was very nice. So then
that's great.
That's great. So beer's out for you, but what kind of brew? Because it can be anything brew. What's your favorite brew?
Favorite brew? Wasn't that a beer?
Well, it could be. Well, I think you said tea. That's why I was.
Oh! I love tea. Yes, my favorite out of coffee or tea or brew absolutely is a green tea. That is my jam.
That's your jam.
A hot green tea. Yeah.
Not too many months in the year where the hot tea is really oh, I want it because it's cold. But I find in Florida we just drink hot tea all year round because it's Florida.
It's tea time.
It's tea time. I've got my tea here today. I think I've got tangerine tea.
Nice. I get the assortment of herbals, so I don't always drink caffeine. A lot of decafs in there to keep things mellow.
And I have my morning teas, my afternoon teas, my nighttime teas.
They say chamomile is good for nighttime. That helps with rest. Yep.
I found one that's called Unwind that I like, and then there's another I drink that's called Nighty Night. That's my cool. That's my nighttime tea. Well, Andrew, it's been a pleasure. Where can we find you again if we're looking for you?
It's been my pleasure. You could find me at reliableclaimsadjusting.com. We're on Facebook as well. So if you search Facebook, we're actually facebook.com/public adjuster. I got that domain a while, like when they first started coming up with stuff. Or you can call me at 813-786-5771.
Awesome. Thank you so very much, Andrew, for being with us today. Thanks everybody for watching, and
Thank
we'll
you.
see you again next week.